So you've probably seen ads like these on Instagram and social media saying that, hey, you can profit more than 10% a month if you use my trading bot. These kinds of advertisements are pretty much everywhere and have been the case for the last 20 years, ever since I started trading in the market. But the thing is that they're just unrealistic. These companies, these developers just don't tell you the risks involved in trying to achieve these gains. So over the last 10 years, I've been developing my own algorithms and trying to see what kind of profit is realistic consistently in this market. And so I came to the conclusion that a 3% gain each month is possible. And that's literally 36% a year. So if you're comparing it to really good buy and hold investments like the S&P 500, which are achieving an average of around 11% each year, 36% a year is crazy. I've been able to achieve 24 to 36% a year over the last 5 years using strategies within my Powerhouse algorithm. It hasn't been without its ups and downs. I've had some losses along the way, but I've been able to achieve these results beating out the S&P 500, which is pretty much my main goal. So I want to show you guys my results with the Powerhouse algorithm over the last year, also my current positions and backtest running all the way back to 2003. I'm running 4 out of the 6 Powerhouse strategies on my personal trading accounts. The first one that you see right here, this is the EVA strategy. This is a tight stop loss strategy that trades on the Euro US dollar in one time frame. And you can see the results are quite good. It does have those stop losses, so it can take a little bit of patience to see the longevity of this strategy. But you can see from the 22-year-long backtest right here that it shows good, consistent results. It's maybe not the biggest profit maker in the world, but remember, it's a strategy that uses a 2% stop loss. And so that's why you can see these stop losses taken along the way, but over the long term, it shows really good growth. The next strategy is the Vigorous. This is my most popular strategy within my trading community, probably because this strategy takes 20 to 30 trades a day on the Euro US dollar in one time frame, so it's a really active scalper. I'm at 20% profit over the last few months and have a really low drawdown of just 6%. So you can see the 22-year-long backtests are also really impressive. My backtests were run with a 15% medium risk level stop loss, so the strategy is only producing 1 to 2% in this backtest. On my account here that I'm running the strategy, I'm using high risk, so I'm looking for 3 to 4%, and I'm achieving those results with the strategy so far. The Sharpshooter is my personal favorite strategy just because of how consistent it's been over the last many years. So I developed it 3.5 years ago, and this tracked account's been running ever since I developed the strategy. You can see really low drawdown of around 16%, and also a decent profit of over 2% over these 3.5 years. So this is my current tracked account in 2025, showing almost 16% gain with just over 5% drawdown. So this strategy is also one of my favorites because it has an adaptive loss, where it will close trades preemptively to protect itself from bad market behavior. So this is why this strategy has also been one of the most consistent low drawdown strategies over the last many years. The Sharpshooter's 22-year-long backtests are also really impressive. This was running medium risk level preset with a 15% stop loss, so the profit estimates are lower than what you're seeing on my live tracked account in 2025. So the estimates are going to be around 1% each month, but it gives you an idea of how consistent the strategy has been over the last over 20 years. The last strategy that I'm using that's part of the Powerhouse is the Ranger. Now this strategy was built over 10 years ago. It was one of the first strategies that I built and made available to the public, and it's still using the same methodology that it was using 10 years ago, which is crazy. It's showing that this strategy is really consistent over the long term. My 2025 tracked account is showing lower profit at around 5%, but really low drawdown. This strategy doesn't take as many trades as the others. It's not a scalper, it's a range trader. You can see the backtests here, they're still really impressive. I ran these with a 15% medium level stop loss as well, and it shows lower profit but consistency within the strategy over the long term. I've chosen to run 4 out of the 6 Powerhouse strategies on individual accounts at my broker so I can keep track of each strategy and how it's performing so I can potentially add more funds to it in the future. But you can run all 6 Powerhouse strategies on one account at the same time. And you can see this tracked account running since April of 2024 has shown really good performance. Now this is running a medium level risk preset at 15% stop loss. So you can see the maximum drawdown is 15% and it's performed 43% over the last year. So it's showing really impressive results. This is unaltered. It was running some older strategies that have since been retired, but they still performed really well on this account. So the goal with my 4 chosen Powerhouse strategies is to produce an average of 3 to 5% each month, or 24 to 36% a year. And combining all 4 of my strategy backtests into one, you can see the results are pretty impressive. And achieving that goal of 24 to 36% a year. So I feel like these are realistic, these are achievable. I've been already getting 24 to 36% a year over the last 5 years already, and hope to continue doing that by compounding my profits and using data to give me projections of what to expect in the future. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one.